We'll do it that way. Anybody that's in there watching right now, I'm just getting things set up. If you don't know me by now, I say between 8 and 9, then I start at 7:45, and then who knows what the hell I'm going to do. I'll be with you all here in a second. So let me grab this question real quick while I'm waiting for folks. Let's see. All right, Josh, let's see. Can you explain the method for Baccarat? What is the bet selection? I know the one you mentioned on Step Marty. Not quite sure what you're asking. Can you explain the method? And what's the bet selection? Not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you can retype that so I can understand it a little bit better. But I'll get underway. What time is it? I am so blind. So yeah, it's 10-2. So I'll go ahead and get started anyway. And then everybody else will just have to catch up, I guess. I'm sorry, I start early. I'm just a weird duck, man. But anyway, welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. And for those that will end up being, or for those that will watch this later and not live, it is Wednesday, January the 11th, and it's about 10 to 8 p.m. Central. And again, while we're waiting for, a couple more people, I think we've got 07 now, but I do want to give it, a few more minutes. But we had talked about yesterday doing envelopes. So I had these little old, rinky dink little envelopes. So I've changed them to these big honkers right here. I can just drop the money in. I think it's going to be a little bit better that way. So everybody just remember what I said yesterday, about when you're done for the day, once you've done your $300, put your 130, 150, whatever the math dictates for your day's pay in the bank, throw some in savings and throw some into the fun, the experimental stuff. And because the cool part, when I did this for a living, the days that I made a little bit more or whatnot, I used that extra money to go learn other things. Believe it or not, I wasn't all knowledgeable back then as I say I am today. I actually learned a lot during the process. But the most thing that I learned out there was being by myself and getting bored. And, I lived in a apartment about 4 or 5 blocks from where I played, and when I first got there, I didn't have a car. I got off the plane with my bankroll and, I grounded, from jump, which is not the way to do it. I would never do that again. But nonetheless, first night I'm there, I hear gunshots and police sirens and all that. So gambling for a living is not like you see in the movies, and please don't think that it is, because it's not. You can have a way better time not gambling for a living, and just going on weekends and drinking some beer and having a good time. But and since I mentioned the word beer, when you're gambling for a living, you cannot drink when you do this. Now, if you're on your experimental fun stuff and that's all you got in your pocket, I don't care what you do. But when you're doing this while you're trying to make your 300, you better not be buzzed at all. man. I'm just telling you. I'm warning you. Alcohol is the casino's best buddy, and it'll hurt you. Just so keep that in mind too. Um, well, let's see here. I've got about 8 watching. I'm still early, and I'm sorry about that. So Josh Harmonics, if you, I read your question, but if you wanna, let's see, maybe you did. Hold on. Hey Jesse, hey Texas Ron, I'm a little early, I know. So you say, I mean, you follow some pattern, like follow trend or chop, or just stick with player banker using. Okay, so I think I got this right because you're saying the commission will eat you up. This is why when I play, matter of fact, I'm going to do a little baccarat this evening, just a little bit, about like I did last night with roulette. We'll pretend that deck goes full, whatever, and we're going to go to baccarat. We'll play that for a little bit, and then we'll finish it off with blackjack. But I play baccarat. If you go back and watch some of my videos, I've got a couple ways that I love playing. Not the martingale tonight with it, but if I'm just playing my favorite strategy, it is a regression up and pull. I think that's what you're asking me. Okay. And I'm going to follow the shoe. I'm going to follow the shoe or follow the winner. Okay. What I'm looking for is when the streaks happen, when I'm up and then pulling, I'm looking to get the streak and win. So to answer your question, if I'm just playing baccarat, just sitting down, I'm not doing a martingale. I'm going to play follow the shoe, regression, up and pull. I have an idea next week. Now, this is number 4. I started Sunday. This is number 4. Tomorrow is my 5th day. And so tomorrow I will end the week series. We'll just pretend I did it Monday through Friday, because I'm never going to do more than 5 days in a 7-day period. So we'll just pretend that Sunday was Monday, but I'm going to finish up the week tomorrow. I've got in-laws coming in Friday, and I don't want to deal with this then, but I will get 5 full sessions in between tonight and tomorrow night, and I'll maybe explain more of that tomorrow. But today, we're just going to continue on with what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm still, Texas Ron, we watching last night's vid. You may have miscounted your profits and added more to the bank. Yeah, I think I did. When I went to this, I redid it. So I adjusted that. I actually, when I switched envelopes from the little ones to the bigger ones, I was like, hey, I got too much money in there. So now in the bank, I'm back down to because 130, 390. I don't even have quite 390, 50, 65, but I think you get what I'm trying to do. That's the most part. But I did adjust that, man. I did. Good catch. But, since you really only need $130 a day on a $2,700 a month bills, you could throw 150 in it, 125. It doesn't have to be absolute, just make sure you get your bills and then divide it. And that's okay too. I was just sort of giving you an idea how to do it. But anyway, I appreciate that for sure. So anyway, what do we got? We got 8. That's okay. All right. So anybody that's watching this later, it was live right now, but you're going to be watching the feed later. All right. So here's what I'm going to do tonight. First of all, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it just seems like I have to. You know, you have your favorite strategies to play. If you're thinking about gambling for a living, then you should be doing this for a while. So play your best one. If you never want to do a martingale ever, don't. Okay? I just choose to like it if I'm going to gamble for a living. Or mix it. Do half and half. Or do your regular strategies and, and then come over and do a martingale, maybe 10%. I don't care. That's up to you because guess what? You're gambling for a living. If you take a $20 bill, go to the slots and win 1,000, put it in those envelopes, baby. That counts. Okay? You win a scratch off. That counts. Okay? So just, you're gambling for a living. So you do what you want to do. That's very, very key to what I'm doing. So anyway, last night I said, okay, you're at the, the blackjack table. It's full. You scanned over to the roulette. There was some room. Oh, now both of them are full. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to jump on Baccarat a little bit. Now, I already pre-shuffled these. You just have to believe. It just takes so flipping long to do 6 decks. But anyway, and I don't know what you can see and what you can't. I'm going to have to, I'm probably going to put that third card down so it'll fit. But anyway, we'll try. So we'll burn about 3 of them or so. And then there's our... Remember, these are $50 units, so we'll just come out after it. So I'm playing player all the time with the martingale. Player all the time. Player's over here, banker's over here, and so I'm going to play player all the time. Okay, just understand it. Maybe I can put the money over here or something. I don't know. There's a 8. There's a 0. 8 over 8. 8 and 9 wins automatically. So there's the 8. So we win there. Let's put it up over here just like we always do. There's a 7. And I'm going to have to remember the rules on this puppy. I don't deal it very often. So you have a banker has a 7 and the player has a 1. So that means he has to hit. I'm going to just put it down here. There's an 8 versus a 7. Player wins again. And if somebody catches me not doing the rules just right, just go ahead and let me know. Because, I know it's fairly easy if you do it a lot, but I don't do it a lot. So... you'll just have to catch me, I guess. There's a 2. There's a 1. 10 and 2 is 2 versus a 0. So anytime that the player has 5, 0 to 5, he's always going to hit. Okay, and what this guy does, the banker, is always predicated on that third card. So 2, 3 is 5. Right now, 5 versus 0. Now, on the third card, well, the banker will always hit 0 through 2. It doesn't even matter. But when he starts getting when the banker has a 3, 4, 5, 6, then this means something over here. Okay? So anyway, 0, 0. So the player's on 3 in a row. And also, too, I didn't even share this with you. You're playing a martingale. Let's say you're playing blackjack or you're playing baccarat or you're playing roulette. If you win like 5 in a row, all right, remember we said if you lose 4 in a row and you have to bet your 5th. So if you win your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th night, you've got to stop the session. Well, really, if you think about it, it can go the other way. If you win 5 Well, yeah, you're good. You got lucky, I guess, and he's hitting you, but he's still hot. So you would have to decide, if you just keep riding him, because usually if something's really loaded up, the other one will start loading up too. So that's a you call. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, 0608. Automatic gun 8. Banker wins 8/0. So we lose. We put our second one up there. 4, 5, 3, 5. Well, he has to hit a 1. Okay. So it's 3, a 1. He's got to hit that 5. Let me think, y'all. It's been so long since I've done this. That's 3, 1. He has a 5. He has to hit 2. I believe I'm right. If somebody catches me, catch me. So there's a 9. So we're going to give the banker a win. Before I deal any more, somebody catch me on that. Am I right on that? I think I am. I know the banker hits on 0, 1, or 2, and then after that, it's all going to depend on this right here. So I think I did that right. We'll just call it a loss. If somebody catches that, let me know. I just don't deal baccarat a lot. There's a 7. There's a 2. There's a 3. And there's another 8. Bam! See, now we're on the streak on the other side, just as quick. So there's 4 we lost. I guess I better finish it out, though. No, it's 8. It's over already. Okay, we go up to our 8th unit bet. There's a 0 and a 9. There's an 8 and a 9. Banker wins 9/8. See, so he's in a little streaky thing right now. So we're already automatically now going to our 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. We are on our 5th bet. So when I play the martingale, if I get to this level, the next win somewhere in here, I'm done. That's just the way it is. It has to be that way. If we can squeak it out. 6, there's an 8, 3, and a 9. Banker is on a tear right now. So here we go. We get tested. So now we're going to go up to 32 units. There's another 8. We've had an 8 about 3 times in a flipping row and get whacked. Look at this. 9 versus 8. Whoa. This is live TV, boys. Like I said, baccarat is streaky as hell, man. So we're up to the 7th level. 7th. There's a 2. There's a 3. All right. Now, when he has a 3, then the only way that the player actually hits is if this is an 8. So it's a 9, so he don't. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 1 to 3. I believe I'm right. There's 2. Yeah. Because he stays on a 3. Or he stays unless that was an 8. Then he would hit. So, Wabbo. Now you can see why Baccarat's not my favorite way to play the martingale. There's a 2. There's a 0. There's a 4. And there's 0. We got lucky here. So 4 versus that's a 0. That's a 0. So, wow, boys and girls. Wow. So, give me a second here. I got to put all this crap back. Yeah, let's see, man. So that was, let's do this. I know we're going to win a unit over there. And now I just have to put it back. 1, 2, 4. 8. 16. 32. 64. 128. There, we're all put back together. So we squeaked out of that. It took us our 8th on Baccarat. So I will tell you again, I'm not a fan, and not because I just won it, but I've never been a fan of crap. I can't talk tonight, y'all. Of a martingale on Baccarat. It's very streaky. Usually when I play Baccarat, I'm going to do the regression up and pull. If I'd have been doing the regression up and pull, I'd have to back the math out, but I would have been on a hell of a streak as I was up and pulling. And so, anyway, so we still squeaked out $200, but it took us to the 8th. Now, let me tell you something. You get up to an 8th bet, your ass is puckering, boy. I'm not kidding you. And a lot of people won't do that 8th and 9th bet, but that's why I do a 9-step. I've been to 8 several times in my life. I've been to a 9 a few times. We've been playing this 4 days. I got to the 8th. You know, a little scary, but it gets scary sometimes doing it this way. It just does. So for you boys and girls watching, you know, heed it, man. See it and heed. All right, so there's that. So now we eked out a couple $100. Now we're going to go back to blackjack. I can shuffle this maybe. But it was sort of really good for you to see it. It ain't like you ain't ever going to get up there, because you will. But like I say, man, I've gotten out of it every time. That's what I think makes the 9-step so strong. A lot of people try to do 4 steps, 5 steps, 6 steps. Well, if that's what you were doing, you'd have got whacked. It's something about 9. I mean, I can't prove anything, but it's just something about 9 that is seems to be very popular. It has been for me my whole life. So anyway, let's continue on. I'll deal a little bit more, then I'll get over here. Again, if you actually have a question for me, put ... or star or something so I can see it easier. So here we go. We're back to 1. We went back over to the blackjack table, so here we go. So we got a 15 versus a 10. We got to hit it, and that's too many. Okay, so we bust. We lose. We go 2. There's a 4. There's a 9. That's a 13 versus a 3. We will stop. 14, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a 12. Too many. So we pick this one up. Okay. So we put that there, that there, that there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to have one more. And we'll be done. 9, 19. That was the next card after this one. So I'm going to hold versus the 7. 17 doesn't matter what this card was, actually. All right, so we pick up the win that we needed. And there's our 6. We're done. Session's over, day's over. We made our $300. We had one little butt puckering a time, sort of proved what I was talking about in Baccarat. So really, maybe just make it, I'm telling you, 95% blackjack. I think you've seen over time that the blackjack and how it pays 3 to 2. If you're going to do a 9-step martingale, I'm just telling you, without question, blackjack is the way to do it. The end. Okay. Now, as I keep doing this, y'all will see it. I'll get 7 or 8, maybe sooner or later, maybe not for a while, but I eventually will. All right. So we got $300 here. We're going to change that to 300. We're going to change one of the hundreds to 75. So there's the $300. I'm going to the bank with $130. I'm going to put I think I did that right. Somehow I'm missing something. Yeah, anyway, it's all right. We're going to put extra fun here. And we'll put another 100 in the savings. That'll work for today. All right, so what did we learn? Hey, martingale can get nasty. That's what we learned. But again, as I said in the opening, play your favorite strategy if this is too stressful for you. I lived this stress for a good solid year before I started picking up some other games, and I learned sports betting, and I learned how to play poker. And I will say this whole series has been about people that don't want to learn to play Texas Hold'em. And I will say that I made a lot of money at Hold'em in addition to what I was doing on the table. It's a good mix if you're going to gamble for a living. You want to learn how to play Hold'em. I'm just telling you, and you want to get good at it because that's going to be a good filler. It's going to be a good a way to just go ahead and make your $300 for the day. It splits things up. Poker is great. You're going to gamble for a living. You need to learn it. True, honest stuff. All right, let me go back over here to the chat. All right, let's see what we got. So, Josh, Texas run. Okay, you said if the player hand drew a 2 or a 3, the banker draws with 0 versus 4, stands with a 5-7. The player drew a 4 or 5, the banker draws with a 0-5. See, I've got the rules of if the player's third card is a 3, the banker's only going to hit on an 8. If the player's third card's a 4, then the banker's 2 through 7. If the banker has a 4, then the third card on the player 2 through 7. If the banker has a 5, then and the player has a 4 through 7, then the banker will hit. But if he has a 6, he only hits on the 6 or 7 on the third card. But I probably need to brush up. Let me ask you this there, Texas, Ron, if you were watching that, it's possible I screwed that up. Would I have necessarily lost my 7? Or did the outcome mean anything? I have to start practicing dealing that crap. When you don't deal it for a year, you just lose it. So, if somebody can tell me that I actually lose 7, or maybe it was only 6 or whatever, but that's okay for illustration, I guess. So anyway, what else? So what is this? Ken seems many brick and mortars will countermeasures Marty on blackjack with max limit. Yeah, most of them. Most of them will, but they're still, I know for a fact, Bellagio will go up to 50 grand. You're going to have to go high limit to some of these hotels. You just can't play with the regular riffraff. All right. But you're right. And that's why you could play it with a 10, 20, 40, 80. You can play with 15. You can go down and, like if you did 10, 20, 40, 80, 163, 26, 40, 12, 80, that's $2,555 of your 50 grand. Well, you could do that. I mean, lose 9 in a row several times and be okay. But it just takes you so many more wins. If you're betting 10, you got to win 30 times type of thing. So obviously, if you can't find the higher limit table, you're going to have to drop down until you can figure that 9 spread. You got to find the 9 spread, and wherever it's at, that's what you can start doing. So I'm with you on that. But two, the only reason that casinos try to cap you in the first place is because they know otherwise they would lose. And that's fact. I put 150 in the bank. Yeah, it's okay. 130, 150. It doesn't have to be exact, just as long as I got my 130 in there. So when you do your bills, you just have to do your math, man. You do your math, divide it by 20 days, and whatever it is, that's what you need to put in the bank every day. It doesn't mean you can't put a little more, and that's fine. So I just want you to understand what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be to the every dollar, okay? Are you with me on that one? Did I ever lose the 9, Richard? No. To this day, and I played this blackjack with 9 steps, many thousands of hands and many thousands of sessions over my time. And no, I have never been beat on the 9th. I have bet that 9th, on multiple occasions. I mean, not lots, but, even if I got there 5, 6, 7 times over just a gazillion hands and thousands of sessions, it's just lets me know the risk factor is still very, 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 very low. And I'm about drawing profit every day. Now, I can still do it with other games, but this is more, to me, it's not guaranteed. There's nothing guaranteed. Don't anybody twist my words, but it's the closest damn thing as you can get to getting guaranteed money every day. Do it on blackjack. So then you can get that 3-2 money. That's really what you should do most all the time if you're going to do the martingale. But no, I never lost the 9. I grabbed 225s instead of 125 on the one. Yeah, I'm sure I did. I had a long day, Ron, long day out there in the water heater selling world. And I'm actually very tired, but I said I was going to do this live every day. That's what I'm going to try to do. So, and I know as you guys watch, a lot of this is going to be same. But you know what? It's good that you see it. Same, because that's what gambling for a living is. Same song and dance. Same shit, different day. Rinse and repeat. Over. Get out of the casino as fast as you can and go find something to do. And that gets boring, Bo. I mean, it just does. And I know I'm sounding more like trying to talk anybody out of it because I really am. Gambling for a living, boys, is so tough. I don't care how you play it. I don't care what system you play. I don't care. It's tough mentally. It just is. You're better off, if you have enough for a $50,000 bankroll, you're better off just playing with bigger units when you go do the weekend stuff, right? So I'm telling you, maybe 1 in 100, maybe even 1 in 1,000 people can do this for a living like I did. But then it's like, why do you really even want to? Why would you even want to with all the stress, all the loneliness, all the downtime, and that's why I said that in my first part of the series. You got to ask yourself tough questions, man, before you even get close to doing something like this, right? Steve, appreciate you sharing your time and knowledge with us. Well, it's what I wanted to do. Starting I've been doing this now a year and a half or so. I don't think I've been doing it 2 yet. I started it's been like a year and a half. And, when I got to about 177 videos, because I'm not going to just put any strategy out there. All my strategies are things that I've done, I've played, and I've been successful with. But once I put all the videos out there, I just didn't want to, put fresh lipstick on the pig. You call it, I'm going to don't back spread, but now we're going to, put a different name on it. But it's the same strategy. Or don't pass 6-8. They're calling it now the 7-6-8. It's just different lipstick on the pig. And I got to the point where I really puked out the knowledge that I had. And so I had to slow down. I just wasn't going to create videos to do it. And I know there's a lot of good YouTubers out there, and they're really trying to figure it out. So that's why John, and like Mac, Jeff over at Mid-Atlantic, they're creating different live ways, different challenges, different like crapsies and and all that, just to keep something different. Otherwise, we would all be puking out the same crap under a different name. That's the truth too. And so while I was sitting there not doing a video for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I came up with this series in mind, and it interested me enough to put the time in to do it. Also, I think what I'm going to do starting next week is I'm going to encompass some of the other ways that I gamble for a living when I was out there. How I actually did baccarat, how I would do blackjack, not under a martingale situation. Just to mix it up, because you will want to mix it up out there, because just the same thing will just, you want to slit your wrist, man. I'm not kidding. All right, let's see what else is here. I keep getting messages that is held for review. Anybody know what that means? Every day, or every time I do this, it has, this message is held for review. I wonder if that's one of them porno stars or something trying to do something. All right. Steve, okay, so appreciate you, Steve. Another message is held for review.
So Rick S goes, how often did you catch shit from other players for not splitting or doubling while playing the nine? Really interesting enough, rarely. It wouldn't be that I would catch shit, like what you're, thinking. It would be more of, well, honey, you ought to split those. Or, that's a good doubling down hand. More of, they would talk to me like I was stupid, like I didn't know any better. And I'm going, yeah, I know, I just rather hit. You just try to be nice and cordial with them. But nobody was really whipping me for it. Nobody was dogging. Oh, maybe every blue moon somebody called me stupid or something. But you just dismiss those people. But most of them thought they were being helpful. They just thought I didn't know any better. God love them. So, not really. Didn't get a bunch of crap. Yeah, I'm looking out for my pocketbook, Steve. Even though, people say, well, you're doing a martingale. You can't be looking out for your partner. Yeah, I am, too. That's why you quit sessions. That's why you only do 15 minutes. That's why if you get over 4, you got to quit. All those little things instead of just sitting there and pounding it, because sooner or later they'll get you. Rick S is laughing. Don't know what you're laughing at, but yeah, I'm pretty funny, Then Robert says he hates splitting aces. They say you're supposed to do that every time, but in the martingale, I don't even have to worry about it. No split, no double down. Because really, what am I betting? I'm not betting $1 zillion to win $50. I'm betting at 12,000 or 25 that I'm not going to get beat 9 in a row. That is my bet. I don't care what happens in between. I'm betting the casino they won't beat me 9 in a row while I'm sitting there. That's my bet. And I've always won that bet when I've done this. It don't mean my very next time I couldn't get slapped, and I keep iterating that like a broken record. I don't want people to think bad of me, but I'm just telling you what I know and what I've done. That's all I can do. But I am looking out for my pocketbook. And then, too, watch this. This is cool. Watch this. There's our fun money, right? There's our fun money. And let's just say we were at the casino. We got hit 7 in a row with baccarat. We finally won the 8th. The guy was on fire. Anyway, we put money in. So in our fun money right now, I got 2, 3. There's 4. I'm going to change that for a black. There's 4. 25, 35, 45, 55. We'll change that for 2 greens. Give my 5 back. There we go. So I got 475. I got 485 in my fun money. Okay? And like I was telling you yesterday, you're gambling for a living. There's nothing to say, you take $100 out and go play slots if you want to. Hell, you can get lucky and hit there just as you can. Or if you want to take all 400 and go to the bubble craps machine, I don't care. You're not risking your bankroll and you're not risking your rent. That's what that's for. Feed it. Okay? So, very important, this stuff I'm trying to teach you guys. What's my views on no bust? I'm not going to play no bust if I'm just sitting there. I got a $500 bankroll and I'm just playing. I'm not. I'm going to play basic strategy and I'm going to do, a regression up and pull. I'll split. I double. I do it, pretty much basic when I'm playing. I've seen videos and I've seen people talk about no bust. I haven't really investigated enough to really have too much of an opinion on no bust. I've seen people do well with it. I've heard other war stories, but here's the truth. All things win and all things lose.
Every strategy will win at times. Every strategy will lose at times. So what do I think about no bust? If it works for you and you like it, do it. That's really how I feel. If you've been doing something for a while and you've been winning, well, hell, who am I to tell you not to do it, right? Let's see what else we got. Okay, Steve, you says, I know the book says to double always when you have an 11. I don't. But in my personal experience, I benefited more to not double against a 10 or a 2. Any thoughts? Yeah, I got thoughts. I am not doubling down on a 10. I'm not. I don't care if I got an 11. Okay? I sit here, let me do something here. I got the 5 and I got the 6. Okay? Let me get my joker out of the way. So I got the 5 and the 6. I got the big and he's flipped over a 10. Okay? What do? They say, well, that's a joker. Crap, I got jokers in here. Sorry. All right, so anyway, joker's out of the way. Always double on an 11. To me, poppycock. So you go double, you only get one card. Wabbo. You can get whacked. I'm going to double on 11, but I will on the 2. If I have an 11, I will double down on a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'll double down on everything but a 10. I will if I have an 11. Now, if I have a 10, a little bit different. I will double if I have a 10, which would be whatever. 10. Oh, Lord. There. If I have a 10, then I will double on the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8. No 9, no 10. I mean, if I'm just playing blackjack. So I'm pretty close to basic strategy, but probably not exact with it. And that's okay. Okay? But again, if you want to do no bust, do no bust. If you want to hit on 11 every time, do it. I mean, who is anybody to tell you not to? But I choose not to double an 11 versus a 10. I just choose not to. That's me. What else we have here? Barbara. Oh my goodness. Welcome, lady. All right, you've been playing this boring system for about 4 hours a day for the last 4 days, and it just keeps working. Well, Barbara, yeah. You also have to know this too. Before I moved to Vegas to start my pro journey, me and my dad sit at our kitchen table. I was probably, 16 years old when my dad started doing this with me. And we just played at the kitchen table for hours and hours and hours and hours, thousands and thousands of hands. Again, it was the same thing. We might get to 8, maybe even 9 a few times, but for the most time, we just won. And that's what you're going to find. Okay? So now with a bigger bankroll, you do it, get in, get out. It just makes it a whole lot better. But I'm glad to see that there's a woman chatting on my channel. Barbara, that just makes me happy. So thank you very much.
but it will work probably 95% of the time. It just will. Robert, dealer two is as good as a dearer. That's like Chinese dearer. Dealer two is as good as dealer ace. That's where everybody starts having their opinions on twos, tens, everything like that, and you'll see a gambit of different thoughts. And so again, broken record, man. It doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. You do what you like, because you remember the big four, little three. The little three is theory, logic, and trends. You have your logic for thinking the way you do. So do I. Okay? My theory behind what I'm doing. But your theory and logic might not be mine, and that's okay. We can coexist. I can disagree with you. You can disagree with me. It's okay. Nobody has to fight, right? And because I'm not stupid enough to think there's only one way to do anything, because they're just not. Okay? So I hope I'm clear on that one. Richard, what else you got? I tried this on craps. See, don't do it, martingale, on craps. I hate and don't do it. I just craps in my home in the field a couple of times just to see what would happen. I got whacked. Of course you did. The 2 and 12 were nice at the higher levels. I think I said it either one video or 2 videos ago. I was emphatic when I said it. Do not, under any circumstances, ever play a martingale on a craps table. Ever. Let me say it one more time. Ever. On anything on that table. The come out roll is it's wicked. There's just don't. I mean, do it if you want to. Again, whatever makes you happy, but you said you got whacked. That's why you got whacked. You can't do it on craps. You just can't. That's my opinion. Can't do it. So don't do it. Okay. Okay, that's about it. How long I've been on this thing now? Oh man, way longer than I wanted to. 53 minutes. All right. Oh, I appreciate the questions and everything, and you 20 that are watching, and for those that are going to watch later after I shut it down, thank you. I think, and I haven't mentioned my subscribers in some time. I think I'm up to like 1,430 or 40 maybe or something, and that's just amazing to me. So I appreciate everybody that watches me and comments with me and just sort of been enjoying my journey. I appreciate it. Yeah, more than you'll ever know. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this session. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I say 8 o'clock. Hell, it could be 1:45. It's who knows with me. I get impatient sometimes. It's like, hell, I got 15 minutes before 8 o'clock. Hell, let's go now. Shit. So, but tomorrow is Friday. Maybe some of you guys can email me if you want, kenknowsgambling@gmail.com. I'm thinking about just doing one more blackjack session to end positively for the week. And then next week, perhaps, starting with, how I just regular gamble, even though I'm gambling for a living. But some of the games that I did do and would do while I was gambling for a living. Would you guys like to see that too? Maybe some next week? Like I can roll out my don't pass strategy, or I can do my regression up and pull, but we'll keep doing it under the headlines of so you want to gamble for a living. So we still have to keep whatever I do and whatever I play, I have to keep in mind I'm doing it for a living. And I've got to be true to that. But would you guys like to see me next week start mixing it up and playing some of my personal strategies that I would actually play if I was doing it for a living? So
let me know. You can email me if you want. I don't know if it lets you make any more comments after I kill the video, but email me. Let me know what you think. I think I'm gonna, unless somebody says no. But anyway, all right, y'all. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much. I'm fixing to kill the feed. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. All the questions, good stuff. I hope we're learning. And I guess, man, until tomorrow around 8, be ready about 7:45. You never freaking know. But around 8, we'll do our last session for the week. That'll be the 5th session. We'll count up the money and we'll talk to end the week, figure out what to do on the weekends or whatever. And then we'll come back Monday and we'll do something in the same vein. Okay? Well, until next time, y'all, be great. Thank you. Bye.